Welcome to Chat It Up Sports. We're talking $10 billion Lakers sale, some LeBron James ring comments, a brawl in the WNBA, and Miggy's got plenty more for us. But first, Joseph, hit that theme music. Welcome to Chat It Up Sports. It is a beautiful day. I hope everybody's having a good, feel-good Friday and had a wonderful Juneteenth. Behind the camera, the man, the myth, legend, Joseph Guthrie.
What up?
What's
Hello,
up,
good
dog?
friend. How are you, brother?
I'm great, man. I'm great. This is the first day I have. My family's on vacation without me. And that's okay. They're going out to see the family out in Oklahoma, so it's doing great, but I have no idea what to do with my life. My schedule revolved around my family, and we're less than 14 hours in, and I have no idea what to do with myself.
You're kind of trying to fill time at this point. Like, it started out great. You were like, oh, I have so much like free time. I can just do whatever I want. And then like 2 hours go by and you're like, all right, I'm out of stuff to do.
Yeah,
I got to figure out how to fill.
I'm off for the next
left.
9 days, so I was like, I did errands this morning. I was like, what do I do? It's super lame. It's great, because get some free time. But dang, dog, I don't know. There's a lot of life to figure out.
I'm sure you'll find a way to fill it somehow.
Yeah,
some way.
But celebrating Juneteenth and also figuring out life. The man that did not invite us to his Juneteenth barbecue, like he told us in the group chat, welcome, Miggy Harris.
That's not how I thought this introduction would go.
Dude, I saw your Instagram story and you were actually having a cookout, and I was like, dude, I thought you said we were in.
Bro, y'all are always invited to any cookout I'm at, but apparently not today. Well, I'll preface this by saying,
I wonder why,
There was some. It was just a solo thing, man. I saw some. It was whenever you go to the meat aisle. Now I'm not sure if you guys have a expired meat section at Puckett's. Do you or do you not?
No. But I do visit Food City frequently.
Okay, so the expired section, to me, if you're gonna grill same day, just go ahead and get it. So I saw a bunch of stuff. I'm like, okay, this is gonna go bad in 2 days, and it's like 75% off. So like I overcooked because I was also bored because I took off today. So that was like my activity today is I went and grilled, and yeah, I just sat around and ate some food, crushed some IPAs, and now I'm talking to my best friends. So
Dude, it looked awesome. I'm not gonna lie to you. Those at what age did you guys start actually putting cheese on the burger on the grill?
I'd say like 25. 25 is when I was like, you know what? Let's grow up. Let's grow up. Let's be a grown man and let's just get to it. What about you?
Dude, this was one of those, like, I did not do this till later in life. Like, I didn't say, one of my friends did this, like, at a cookout, and I was like, it's the simplest task, but I just never saw it done. It was always a cheese when you already put it on the plate in the kitchen. And then my boys were like, what do you mean you never seen it? I've just never seen it. And it changed my life, and I do it now.
What I do is I'll turn off the grill because it's electric, of course. I know I'm a charcoal guy, but we got to make do what we got.
Hey, you got a nice spot up there. It's okay.
Hey, listen, man. So you turn off the grill and you throw the cheese on the burger, and then you just let it sit with the lid on for about 3 minutes, and you get that nice little melted cheese. And then when you really are fat, you could stack those bad boys.
Yeah.
So you got patty cheese. That's when you know it's a move to be made.
But you, Joseph, when did you start doing that? Have you done that? Or you?
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I think for once in my life I was early to the game. I've been doing this. This has been in my family since like 14.
Yeah,
like we've been on this train for a while. Cheese on the burger on the grill, like that's just kind of what we do.
Yeah,
it was like Whether it's a craft single or where it's like a cut of block cheese, or we did not discriminate. It could be shredded cheese.
Oh, do not
And
hate
it
on
was
shredded
like,
cheese,
yeah,
especially like sharp shredded cheese is
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah, and it would go on the burger, on the grill, finish it out, and like Miggy said, double stack them, and you're chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Now, do you guys y'all made a queso dip on the grill before? Have we graduated to that level of?
Not yet. My wholehearted attention is going to creating one of the 17 videos that I've saved for smoking a queso dip. I'm doing that this summer. This summer.
Exactly it.
I'm going to commit to making at least a couple of these recipes.
Have y'all ever seen the people that put the queso in like the candle warmer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that the other day for the first time.
And it's like it keeps the queso warm. It's a little like personal portion. Obviously, you don't want to use one you put a candle in before. You buy a new one, but it's at your queso warmer,
dude.
Warmer.
That is up there on the tier of a little bit of a fatty. You know, like if you have a candle warmer for queso only. I don't purchase enough queso in my home where I can justify that.
You're a caloric engineer.
Yes,
like you've thought about this for a long time,
but I want it. I want it because also there's got to be something else. Like I like warmer sauces is something else that I've had. Like I don't remember what restaurant I had, but there was a warmer sauce. Like they warm up the sauce when they bring it out to, even if it's a nice barbecue or something, that's nice to have as a dipping sauce.
Wait, time out. You like warm sauce, bro?
Yeah, it's circumstantially. Like it's not, I don't want my ketchup warm all the time, but I do want, like if I'm at a barbecue restaurant, I like to have like a warmer barbecue at that.
Okay, are we talking temperature or taste? Like I'm trying to follow
Temperature.
Okay. Man, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've ever had.
I don't want my ketchup warm. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in a barbecue restaurant. I don't want to have to dip my warm barbecue that's already got warm barbecue on it into cold barbecue.
I see what you're saying. I'm following. I'm here.
You feel me on that? Yes. Okay, good. I know it's not perfect. It's not a perfect science here, but it's my science.
No, I don't think you're out of bounds. I don't think you're out of bounds right now because it's just like, imagine you got some brisket and you dip it in a sense of like some cold barbecue. That would give me the ick.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is like that's the only time I've really enjoyed the warm sauce, but it would only be for barbecue. And I don't know. I do have a rib recipe I'm going to try. I saved on Instagram. I'm doing it this weekend. I'm really excited. It is ribs and the marinade is Italian dressing.
Oh, so it's getting like that over there.
I have nothing else to do with my life this weekend, so yeah. I'm going over GT's tomorrow to help him with some stuff, and then that's it. That's all.
I talked to him earlier. He's doing well.
Yeah, he's sitting at a tattoo consultant for like 5 hours. I was like, "What a life you're living this weekend." And he's like, "I know, man. I know." He took Juneteenth off. I said, "My two blackest friends are definitely taking Juneteenth off." Let's be honest. GT's rap game, like the knowledge that you guys talk about sometimes, and like the rap that you introduce is hilarious because I'm like, wow, the man lives in a gated neighborhood, but you'd never know it.
It freaks me out that he lives on a golf course and be like, Miggy, have you heard X? And I have not. I'm like, I have never heard this song before in my life. And I love hip hop. It's some hard, like straight out of the trenches. So Garrett Tolley, because you're listening, you are something else. And we are so happy you're enjoying your Juneteenth.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, it's been awesome to listen to that guy over the years. Be like, oh wow, this guy listens to some hard rap, dude. Whenever we were going down to Birmingham was the first time I was like, oh yeah, okay. I learned a lot about GT. Road trips teach you everything about a friend's music.
They teach you everything. I was saying the two things that teach you things about your guys. Number one are road trips, and number two, basketball. Basketball teaches you everything you need to know about your guys. Like truly, like me, I'm 100% an effort guy, but I might not be able to put it all together. And that's okay.
It's okay.
But, like, you're going to get what you get. Like, you are a great defender, and you are going to be consistent as they come. I know that I'm going to get some buckets, defense, rebounds, and all-around guy. GT is a shooter. He's going to put it up, and it might not go in, but there's going to be some volume.
He is our J.R. Smith through and through.
Through and through, bro. Joseph, I've not seen you hoop, and G, I mean,
You don't want to see that.
it sucks, man. Like, I really wish I was good at basketball. Like, really, like, like, I wish I could go to an LA Fitness and absolutely run it.
Yeah. I'm just slowly realizing, like, how far I am away from, like, running. I do feel like I'm basketball smart enough where I'll always be okay. But there's just times now where stopping is hard. Gravity is my number one enemy right now. And, like, it's not so much the jumping off the floor, which we've never been able to be great at, but it's the landing and then turning around part.
Yeah.
That's what scares me the most, is I'm like, hurts a little bit sometimes, you know?
It does. It does.
So, like, those little, like, days of being rubber and magic, that's the thing, is, like, I could just turn and burn and make hard cuts and never have to worry and then take contact and fall down. I was fine. If I fall down, it takes me a minute to get back up now. There's no running back on defense.
And the difference between full court and half court, like, you played basketball probably more recent than anybody on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And to run full court today in big 2025, that's an ask. That is an ask.
Yeah, young Drew, who's away tonight, he's making me do it again. And we have 2 games this coming Sunday. So if you do have some thoughts and prayers, send them your boys' way, because I think we're only going to have 5, maybe 6 guys. So up to 80 minutes of basketball for me is going to be horrendous. And I'll say this, and I am at a pretty high mileage of running. It is not the same, friends. It is not the same of running on road pavement at a comfortable pace compared to pickup basketball. It's not the same. Don't measure it that way, because I can run for a while now, but running basketball and trying to guard 25-year-olds, that's a scary task.
It would terrify me. Like, literally, I would. The first game, I would give you everything I had, but game 2, it's just like, man, I couldn't make it through tug of war a couple weeks at the corporate challenge, man. Like, I made
Did
it.
tug of war give you some, like, I need to be, I'm ready to get back into being an athlete, because you've stepped it up the last couple weeks, brother.
Yes. The answer is yes. Like, I will tell you, I broke my diet for the first time, and I had Taco Bell and McDonald's this week, and I am ashamed. I'm ashamed. Like, I was like, bro, like, my body is starting to be like, all right, bro. So yeah, I'm just trying to be healthier and do healthier stuff. And you can eat a salad sometimes. Like, that's okay.
Yeah, it's about making that choice, and it is hard. I'm not been great about it. And before we get to actual sports topics, I do want to ask this question.
Of course, anything.
Because it's perfectly timed, because I told you guys I was going to ask some life things about really what I've thought about today. And as I was telling you guys earlier before, my family's gone on vacation, so I have just alone time. And today ran some errands. I was downtown. Said, you know what? I'm going to pick up some Chipotle. I'm already thinking on the way home I might get Chipotle again. Is it bad to go to a restaurant twice in one day?
No.
For back-to-back meals?
No. A resounding no. No, dude.
To get the exact same meal.
Yeah, no.
Whoa.
Camera's dying. We'll figure that out in a minute. Absolutely not. It's not bad to do that at all. I mean, live your life, boo. Okay. You don't need that kind. If somebody tells you that, you don't need that kind of negativity in your life.
Thanks, Joseph. Miggy, would you go back-to-back Chipotle today?
Not only would I do it, I would double down, and I will mix and match fast food restaurants. I will get a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A, and I'll go get some fries from McDonald's, and I'll go get a milkshake from Cookout, bro. Like, no, there is nothing wrong We're doing it. And Chipotle, out of all places, is the most healthy fast food option that you can have this behavior at, bar none.
I don't do it super healthy. And shout out to the North Shore Chipotle. The burrito I got today was like bigger than my hand. So, I mean, the guy, it is not healthy because you boys still getting cheese dip. I did get a Coke Zero because I actually prefer, maybe like one of the weirder things I have about myself is I love like the 0 calorie and diet drinks more than I like the regular drinks now. And it's actually a flavor. I don't really do it for that much of health. It's more of a flavor thing for me now.
I'm noticing more of my friends are switching to like zero. And I think it's because like the sugar take from like these regular drinks, it's like too much now. It's like
Yeah,
candy has become too much. Chocolate, like the little Debbie cakes have become too much. It's like our taste buds are changing.
Hang on now, brother. Listen, don't underestimate my ability to absolutely crush an oatmeal cream pie, dog. Like, I mean Nick Saban them things.
Yeah.
Just like if they're there, they're fair game for me
100%.
to just house an oatmeal cream pie. So I mean, like, I get you. The sugar take, yes, I do feel the same way about sugar, and it sucks because like becoming a diet soda person now, and I'll be one of those people that I'm a diet soda person. I don't care for and I mean any of them, the soda alternative drinks like the Zevias.
Oh, I slap on Zevias.
Dude, I've tried, but every time I'm just like holding it and I'm regretting my life choices, and I'm like, this should have just been a Coke Zero or like a Diet Dr. Pepper.
See, I object to that because the orange Zevia is in my refrigerator now. I love it. Orange Zevia and ginger ale. Now the other flavors can kind of kick rocks to me, but the orange and ginger ale Zevias forever for your boy. Love them. Buy them every week if I could.
I will say, diet drinks get you, if you're drinking, it's more, you get more alcohol, like you get drunker faster.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I don't feel as bad because of the sugar. I will say sugar, especially in our older age, makes things a lot worse. Too many sugary drinks. I think we had too many times I was at Panama City. It might just bring up, my body has got like some sort of weird PTSD. It's like all those bucket drinks we used to get on spring break and that crap. You remember that? Like the Long Island iced teas in a bucket. You're like, yeah, this is a great idea because it's $6. But then you're like, oh yeah, they definitely gypped us and it's just all sugar. Yeah.
What a time.
You'd take a drink and you'd have to like chew it up.
Yeah, it's you and seven friends sharing it.
Yeah.
You're like, I got nothing out of that.
Yeah. What a time.
We just all got sick together. Basically all it was. It's like somebody either got really drunk and sick or you just got a cold because somebody had something, you're in spring break. So those are the days. Yeah. Walking around a poolside with a bucket, one of those handles. It looks like you're pouring paint outs for somebody.
Now it's all just like seltzers.
Yeah. Seltzer games.
Yeah.
Seltzers, nooners.
Love a good noon.
Do y'all feel like the non-alcoholic beers and stuff are like catching on?
Oh, huge. Yeah.
Like I see the Mick Ultra Zeros and stuff. Like the ads for those a decent amount. The Heineken Zero.
Yep.
Which I know those are bigger companies, so naturally you see more ads. But like, I've never actually seen somebody drinking one.
I do most of the time. I honestly, I'd say most of the time I go to the non-alcoholic because I like to have something in my hand, and I think I'm addicted to cans, not alcohol. Like I know I am because I feel like I'm addicted to drinking out of energy drink cans now. But then if I had like this morning, I actually was like, all right, let's chill out. Me and you have talked about it, like the no caffeine for the first hour and a half of your day.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think the act of me having a can built up for a while because I had my subscription for Amazon for my energy drinks. And so I think it built up over time. I just need to have a can in the morning. I know it sounds so weird, but that's just part of it. And so I replaced it and I knocked out my Zevia this morning, waited till I woke up at like 4 to send off the girls to the airport. So about 7:15, I was like, I need some fuel. So I eventually went and got me one at the gas station. But still, learning little things that you're addicted to. We're going to get you back to the episode in 1 second. But first, we're going to give you a little list of sponsors. First, we are brought to you by Barra's Custom Cabinet Refinishing, a local Chattanooga staple for the past 24 years. Barra's Cabinet Refinishing is going to bring you the best custom cabinetry in the Scenic City. From custom cabinet refinishings that breathe new life into existing cabinetry to cabinet refacing and modification that transform and optimize the space in the home. Boys, I can tell you, I need that with a little one around. The people over at Barra's simply deliver the goods. So, for a winning team that's always going to bring you the best, trust Barra's, an official sponsor of Chatted Up Sports. Head over to the website, barrascabinetrefinishing.com, to get your free estimate today. And if you tell them Chatted Up Sports sent you, you get 5% off. We are 20 minutes in.
That's so us.
I love it. I want to talk about the Lakers sale. Your team has now been purchased for, it's not actually $10 billion, but I guess it's a $10 billion valuation. So congrats to your owners, Malcolm Harris. You guys, that owners made an unbelievable, basically $10 billion profit.
It feels surreal to see that even in the NBA. But if there's any team, I don't know, because people are looking at this and they're very, very fishy, because it's just like you got gifted a superstar, and then all of a sudden there's this valuation for $10 billion. It just feels weird.
Perfect timing. Yeah, you get
I see what you did there.
So Luka, LeBron.
Yep.
I mean, I think they're two of the top. I still think LeBron's a top 15, top 10 guy, close to it. He's got to be top 10, close to it. I'm trying to think popularity. Where would you rank Luka? Because LeBron and Steph are kind of in their own category of popularity, I think, in the NBA. But as far as like, where's Luka at in popularity?
He's at 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So 5 is Luka, 4 is Giannis, 3 is Wemby, 2 is Steph, and 1 is LeBron. I think they were having this debate: what quantifies a superstar? And although I have grown to loathe this guy, Stephen A. Smith said, if you can go on the road and sell out somebody's stadium because they're coming to see you, that is what a superstar is.
Yep.
LeBron, people go to see LeBron James. People go to see Steph. The kids go to see Giannis. The kids love Giannis. It's weird.
KD's in that category.
KD isn't, like, honestly, I almost want to take Wemby out and put KD in that spot still.
No, because Wemby attracts people that don't even, because it's so crazy looking. Like, you're going to get people like, I just want to go see what this dude even looks like.
Yeah.
Like, if I were, okay, so like, I think if you're in your 20s and you're like, hey, family, let's go see this. And then, like, nah, I don't really want to go down to, whatever. The Spurs are coming to Atlanta for us. I don't really want to drive down an hour and a half. And you're like, dude, there's a guy that's 7'6". It's the most unbelievable player you're ever going to watch. So I'm like, 7'6". That's a selling point beyond all belief.
Mm-hmm.
So, crazy. Yeah, I think you're right on the Wemby. I think it is, especially with the European stuff. I think he's, just because he's a freak of nature, it's hard not to sell that.
For sure. I don't know if there's any other superstar. I mean, there are, of course, superstars. Like, Jokic is a superstar, but, like, am I going to be like, family, let's go? Well, I would, because I love him, but, like, the typical rando,
casual, like, we love ball. Like, but these people are like just casuals. You're trying to just get them to go to the game. They might watch a few games, but yeah, Giannis, Wemby, Braun, Steph, KD. For me, I was trying to think back. Like, that's why he was never to like the level of like that kind of talent. But Blake Griffin was another one for me. I remember like going to Charlotte in college and being like, I just want to go to watch Blake Griffin.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's some guys like that people are just like, there's this guy. is so athletic, but he was really good at the time too. So yeah, that's a good point. Like what makes a superstar is who can sell an arena.
Who can sell an arena that is not theirs?
Is Ant? Ant's probably up there, right?
He's up there, but there's a video. He is just he's too much of a loose cannon to be a superstar. Like we're actively watching somebody sell the opportunity that the NBA is giving them. Like between him and Ja, like they're like, hey, like be the face of the NBA. He's like, nah, I'm good. Hey, be the face of the NBA. Nah, I'm good too. It's like nobody wants to be that clean cut LeBron James face of the NBA.
Yeah, because you have two boats that you have to be in. You have to be clean cut superstar, but you also have to cause a little bit of drama, just enough to be like vocal. So that's where I thought Ant was gonna take that. Ja was so spectacular that surely, and then Zon was so spectacular. I thought maybe, but he doesn't have the personality. And those two had a chance to just really those three, like they're so athletic, they're so dynamic that I feel like they're wasting it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know who Wemby is set up to be the next face of the NBA. I think people are gonna have Jokic fatigue. Like, I don't really know who the next American. We don't know about Jason Tatum coming back from an Achilles. I don't care what anybody says. That you do not come back the same.
No, and Shay's too clean cut. That was the issue we had. We were talking about last week, on Monday. Dude, he's just too clean cut and too chill in a lot of factors. It's just hard to sell sometimes. Like that's the thing about LeBron. He's vocal, but also you have to have like the elite athleticism part of it. Like you need highlights. You got to have big plays too. Like that's another part about Kobe. Like I was watching today, like the sell of the Lakers, they're still showing Kobe's behind the back to the dunk and the double, like it was the behind the back Euro step move that he made, and he dunks it right-handed. Like that's gonna live on forever. Shaq, powerful. Like you got to have elite dominance when it comes to athleticism, or you have to be Steph, where it's something we've never seen before. You're shooting so far out, like it's a different level of something. You have to be spectacular. That's why I was like, Ant, Ja, Zion, easy path. Tatum has a little bit every once in a while, but it's just not the same. It doesn't pop. It doesn't pop. That's why it's hard for him to be like a superstar. And he's too chill too, like, which is great for your franchise. Like the same thing with Shea, same thing with Tatum. Easygoing guys, good family guys, whole thing, but just don't do it for me. It don't do it for me when it comes to superstar. Superstar, maybe. Superstar, not the same.
Jason Tatum is the Tim Duncan's of Paul George's.
Oh, you ripped on Paul pretty good. I love it.
I can't stand Paul George, bro.
But man, he's brought these two teams to the finals.
You know how stupid Paul George must feel right now? Just everybody knows, like, yo, this finals is indirectly your fault.
Yep. Yeah, that's so funny. We're recording this early, so we're not going to get to the NBA finals. We'll see what happens. Game 6 close out, or we get in Game 7. So that's all we're going to say.
Who do you have? Who do you have? If you just had to call it right now, blind.
Right now, final prediction for Game 6. An hour and 30 minutes prior. I'm gonna say Thunder 107, Pacers 101. Shay's MVP.
Okay, you're going Shea MVP. Give me Thunder 110, Pacers 93.
Ooh, okay. Big blowout.
I have Jay Will as my MVP.
Hey, I wouldn't hate it.
I think he drops another 30-piece tonight, and I think he takes it from Shea.
Yeah, he'd have to have a huge night. Back-to-back games. Yeah, he'd have to have a huge night. So
yeah.
All right. there's our predictions. If we're wrong, if we're right, you have to tell us we know ball. If not, well, here we are. Speaking of championships.
Yeah.
Joseph, can you bring up this LeBron James quote, I guess, or quotes? Recent LeBron James and Steve Nash were doing their little podcast together, and LeBron took a little bit of a back pedal when it comes to the value of rings. And basically, you want to read some of this, Joseph?
Yeah, so this is from ESPN, and it says LeBron criticized the discourse around ring culture. He's quoted saying, "A ring is a team accomplishment," and he pushed back on the idea that a player's individual greatness is measured by how many championships they win.
Thoughts, Malcolm Harris? You haven't seen it yet.
I will stand with my king until I am buried in the ground. If LeBron James is dead, that means I am also dead. All right. I'm just gonna cut straight to it. He is 100% right. Guys, Trent Dilfer is a better quarterback than Matt Ryan.
Can't believe that one.
Why not? Matt Ryan didn't win a Super Bowl and Trent Dilfer did. That is a logic that we go when it comes to rings, and I'm sick of it.
Ring culture is really bad here.
It's awful, bruh. Like, it is terrible. And I will tell you, straight up, LeBron can never win another ring again, and he will be the best player to ever touch a basketball to me. And that's just not going to change. It's just not going to change. I will say, though, if Steph wins another ring, if somebody says Steph is better than LeBron all time, I would not be mad.
I can't do that. I love Steph, and I think Steph had a bigger impact on basketball. That's even tough to say because LeBron basically built the player movement. But I would
LeBron
say, like,
impact basketball, though? Did LeBron really
impacted the NBA, and now maybe even get down to college a little bit. Like, when you have a superstar do that, and it's like, oh, I have player empowerment. And I think that literally trickles down to college, and I think that's part of the transfer portal and now NIL money. Like that, you can say it, but I think it's a byproduct of what LeBron did years ago. And people have always moved, but nobody ever made the moves like LeBron did. Like LeBron he's the businessman. So it's more a part of that. But I think Steph impacted the game of basketball way more. But I think LeBron impacted the business side. Like LeBron did so wonderful with stardom. Like, I think that's really hard to do. I think he's wrong in the case of basketball because while basketball is a team sport, it is individually led and can be impacted by one player more than most. LeBron also was ring chasing for a really long time. For him to say this, it's because I feel like he's on a team he can't win again. And it's hard. And I don't know. You can talk about Michael's competition at the time. It was great. LeBron's competition at the time, especially the guys he faced out west, were really tough. You know, he had to go through a tough Pistons team early on in his career. It's hard either way, and you're just never going to get the same, competition all the time. But I will say, like, Barkley is not a bad player because he didn't win a ring. But also you can't be a superstar if you don't have them titles. It's kind of the same thing like the Dan Marino part of it. It's like, I think Dan's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, but it's still hard to say, like, he's better than Tom. It's even hard right now because he doesn't have the Super Bowl. It's even hard to put him above Aaron Rodgers to me. But then with basketball, it's so individual that that's hard for me to knock on. Like, it's hard for me not to say, like, man, LeBron, you stayed in the East. You ring chased. You didn't get all of them down in Miami. But I don't know. That one's really tough because I kind of see both sides, but I'm also like, man, you're in the most individual team sport you can possibly have. So I don't know about that. I see things differently. When you got a ring, makes a whole big old impact compared to what you've done without one.
I hear what you're saying because there's a guy that pops in my head whose legacy really has been extenuated by this ring culture stuff, and his name is Dirk Nowitzki.
Who?
Let's talk about it. Dirk, he beat Brandon Roy and LaMarcus Eldridge in 6 when the Blazers were really like that, like chips on the table. Come on.
Roy's gonna go, like, Roy will be forgotten, unfortunately. But you, like, go back, just go find clips of, like, people talking about Brandon Roy. They're like, dude, he was the next. Like, he was probably the best shooting guard in the league, which is crazy to say. But when Roy was at the top of his game, people were like, that's the guy we feared the most.
No, do not apologize ever. He was CJ McCollum, but like on steroids, like with a bag for real. Like,
yeah, two-way guy. Like, dude, Brandon Roy is one of those. I hate. He's one of my favorite. What ifs he would have stayed healthy, guys.
And then all of a sudden he goes to the semifinals. And you know what he did? He swept Powell and Kobe's ass up out of here 4-0. Got him gone. Everybody's hero, mine included, Kobe Bryant, got him stepping. And then from there, this man Dirk got the Oklahoma City Thunder, made up of James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and KD, out of here in 5. And then he beats LeBron, Bosh, and Wade in 6. So when I tell you, like, I understand, it's like rings for people like that holds more weight to me than, like, I hate to say it, but teaming up and going to like KD's rings. Like KD's rings, like I don't know, bro. Some of LeBron's rings, and I love LeBron. There's never going to be another LeBron. He has 50,000, 10,000, and 10,000, I want to say. Points, assists, rebounds.
Yeah, LeBron's career looks insane.
But arguably, he wouldn't have 4 rings if it wasn't for 2 shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, but that's also thing is, like, you know, Dirk hitting that the layup, like, it's so crazy, like how it comes down to like 2 or 3 possessions you look back on.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, I'll say this too. I was looking at this roster. I was like, wait, who was on that finals team? Let me pull up this roster real quick. This was nasty. The roster that started for that Mavs team: Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, Tyson Chandler, Sean Marion. Or that not started, but that played with them. Like, not bad. No, it's actually better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Terry, Kidd, Tyson Chandler, Sean Marion, Peja. 2011. That championship. And Dirk, of course. But better than I thought.
They were hooping, man. They were hooping. They had all the necessary pieces. It's like kind of what we're seeing right now is the death of a super team. That's ending.
Yeah. Yeah, the thought of all these guys going together, because now look at everybody, it's like, look what the Thunder have just done homegrown. Look at this. Yeah. Joseph, you look like you had thoughts back there about the championship runs.
I did, and I know we talked about it a little bit like pre-show, but I'll be honest with you. Everything that you had said was my thought. Was basketball is the more individualistic sport. So, like, if you compare rings between like football, basketball, and baseball, I don't think they carry the same amount of weight, just because of what is required by each member of a team that goes into winning a ring in football, in baseball, and in basketball versus each other. So that was my original point. And then when you brought that up, I was like, oh, well, yeah, Chase is kind of,
okay.
Chase kind of took that home for me. So,
yeah. Sorry, dog.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
It's so close to being individual. And I just realized, like, how much at all levels of basketball, if you have by far the best player, I mean, look at LeBron, dude. Like, that 04 finals team that he took, Ilgauskas, those guys, they're fine players. But when they're on ESPN on Monday morning trying to make a trio or, well, at the time it's like, look at this two-man roster they got. The two-man game of Mo Williams and LeBron James. Dude, you can't sell me on that. It's just LeBron James. Like, I love Mo. He was a 20-point game scorer at that time, but dog, that finals team he carried with him and Ilgauskas.
It's on the same level as Cam carrying 2010 Auburn.
Yeah. Yeah, because none of those guys make an all-star roster.
Because like outside of Cam, there was nobody.
Nobody
played an NFL game, right? From that Auburn roster.
I believe it's either nobody. I don't think anybody on that team other than Cam made an NFL roster.
Yes,
I think is the stat.
Wait, was Carlos Rogers wasn't on that? Was he
on that Auburn team?
Yeah,
I'll find out.
Check that out because that was the only thing I feel like there was one defensive guy, and he may have been a freshman at the time, so I'm not 100% certain on that. I don't know. That was a really tough one for me because I'm like, LeBron's so good, and he took that final. I also feel like I almost attribute like him getting to that finals as a championship to me. Like that, I don't care how bad the East was at the time. Like you still had to beat the Pistons. You still had to like beat teams to get there. So that's always my thing is like I kind of that first finals he went to, I'm also like I kind of just give him a ring for it, or might as like an asterisk in my own mind because it was so good and he was so dominant and he was doing everything that we all wanted to be and more. So I was like, I've never seen a 19-year-old man embrace superstardom and then actually do unbelievable things at basketball. It's kind of crazy.
Came into the league averaging 25 and 5. Like
at 18, not like we're not getting 22-year-old LeBron.
No, bro. This is like graduating from Powell or graduating from Macaulay and going to the NBA. Like this
like you went to prom last year.
Yeah, like man, like it's crazy. Like I don't know. To me, the definitive sign, and I know we've been talking about this, the Eastern Conference Finals was the LeBron James Invitational for a decade.
Yeah.
From 09 to 19, LeBron went to the Eastern Conference Finals every single year, bruh.
That's crazy to think about.
Every single year. My sister was born in 2009. She was a 10-year-old girl, and she saw LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals every single May for the first years of her life. Decade. Like
that's wild, dude.
Y'all gotta stop talking bad about LeBron Ramon James, bro. I'm not having it, man.
No, and it's hard not to. Like, it's just funny, like the context of like, if you want the Michael versus LeBron conversation, this makes it even worse for you. Like, if you're a Michael guy, that conversation don't look too good. It doesn't look good, especially this timing. Now, he was trying to back up Steve Nash, and I think he's trying to back up Charles and those guys, but it don't look great right now because it doesn't look like with this roster he's going to win. Now, they could go out there and trade for somebody like Walker Kessler, and that changes everything for them because they get a monster center. But now, it doesn't look great.
No, I mean,
go ahead, Malcolm. Go ahead, Malcolm. No.
No, I was gonna say like the one thing for the Jordan argument is that when it comes to pure superstardom, there's nobody bigger than Michael Jordan, and I will always stand by that. Like Michael Jordan was an icon. Like he was the Michael Jackson of sports.
Yeah. Especially at that time, like he was, it's almost unfathomable for us to nowadays because we have so many stars. But you're like, imagine putting, I'm trying to think. Oh, it's like somebody like Logan Paul and LeBron James into the same person. That's how popular he was. Like, Like it's every TikTok star plus having the athlete that is LeBron James all in one.
Yeah.
The reason I say that, I was looking at, I think it was like Wealth. I think it's like wealth.com or like Wealth, whatever their Instagram is.
Yeah.
One of those big pages that talks about that, like all these TikTok stars. It's like Mr. Beast makes YouTube videos for what stars get, makes one YouTube video what stars are worth in big movies. Like the Ballerina Girl was like the John Wick spinoff. That girl made $1 million, and it's like Mr. Beast makes YouTube videos for $1 million. So what? And it's just like showing all these numbers. It's like, this doesn't even make sense. It's like all these Hollywood stars, just not even the same money. It's like what you think is crazy money in Hollywood is even crazier on the internet right now. Go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
So I was looking up the Cam Newton, the 2010 Auburn. So we over-exaggerated a little bit.
Okay.
But we weren't far because this is considered one of the worst national championship teams ever. So Cam was taken number 1 overall, obviously. None of his receivers or running backs were drafted. Only 2 of his linemen were drafted, and they played a combined 28 games in the league.
Oh.
On the opposite side, the defense, none of the defensive backs or linebackers were drafted, but Nick Fairley was on that team.
Oh, that's
he
right.
He was a freshman, though.
So it's not the same Nick Fairley we're getting.
It was not Nick Fairley that we were going to come to know. He did have a pretty good season. But still, I think in this chart they have, in this article's from the New York Times, they did, starting in 98 with Tennessee with the BCS, they did NFL draft picks per teams, and I'm assuming this article is kind of dated because it says 0 for the 2019 LSU Tigers.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's wrong. But it goes from 98 to we'll say 2017 because that's the only one that's complete. They were the only BCS national championship team with less than double-digit draft picks.
Oh, wow.
They had 7 total. The next closest number was like 2016 Clemson with 15. Every other team's like, 2000 Oklahoma had 10. So,
oh wow,
that 2010 Auburn team had 7 players drafted, and they beat a pretty damn good Oregon team.
Yeah, that was a good Oregon team.
That was a great Oregon team.
Yeah, that Oregon run was awesome. That was so much fun to watch.
Chip Kelly, Oregon.
We'll get you back in a second. We have a brand new sponsor here on Chat It Up Sports. Steel City brand and the perfect tee. My gosh, guys, these are wonderful. We got these new custom hats. I'm bringing this bad boy in. This thing is sweet. I'm actually not gonna lie to you. From the picture, I was like, man, it looks pretty nice. You know, it's gonna be like a jean jacket, a little Canadian tuxedo, if you will. It is not, my friends. This thing is amazing. Walked around in this bad boy with my beautiful little girl today. So fantastic stuff. I'll tell you what, Steel City is all around the country. It ain't just there in Pittsburgh. If you want vintage sports tees to iconic Berg designs, I'll tell you what, these are the guys to get to. And check out the website at steelcitybrand.com. Type in promo code ChatItUp15 to get 15% off. And we'll take care of you. Great tees, I'm telling you, all around. Like if you want the Steel City logos, perfect tees, or just simple all-around wears for the summer, I'm telling you, this is the best. Cool, off-kilter colors, the best. SteelCityBrand.com. Chat it up 15 for 15% off. WNBA Brawl.
All right, man.
You're going to talk about star power, brother. You're talking about coming into the league and dominating. Caitlin Clark's doing that. But I don't think the other teams love it. And you have a little story you'd like to tell, like from a couple days ago, I guess.
Yeah, man. So I saw a video today of Kelsey Plum, and essentially we can chop this or whatever, but she was like, you don't think it's weird that you're at the bus, and because there were apparently some fans and wanting autographs from them, going to the arena or headed to practice or whatever. And she was like, you don't think it's weird? Like, it's a little off that you're here wanting autographs. Like, it's low key weird, right? And my thing is, man, the WNBA needs to embrace what's happening. And I'm telling you the reason it's happening. It's Caitlin freaking Clark, bruh. Like, understand, yes, those might have been autograph folks that are going to just take those cards and resell them, but like, y'all, like, this league is on fire right now. Like, I have tuned into the W 3 times this week. Like, watching Caitlin Clark, and I mean, it was crazy, bro. Like, the brawls, like, I will say, though, Caitlin is not clean in this situation at all because Caitlin talks a lot of
No.
shit. She
Yeah,
talks a
she brings
lot
on
of
her shit.
shit. She
You kinda
does.
like, you feel like you kinda want that though, right?
Yeah. Like we talked about,
Like,
you
it'd
you
be
need to be
different.
you have to have some drama in your life
Yeah,
to be a superstar.
it'd be different. Like, if she was just getting picked on, then it'd be like, you'd kinda feel bad, and I know some people probably still feel like it's unfair treatment, but it's like, she gets up, she starts running her mouth, it's like, yeah, talk your shit, girl. Like,
Yeah.
it's just it makes a better product on the fit. And I mean, I don't, by no means am I saying like, hey, let's just have brawls every WNBA game. That's not what we want. But like, it did pull in a lot of viewers.
That clip's going crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of going nuts. Do y'all feel like they're not, the WNBA specifically isn't protecting her the way that some leagues would protect their super? Like, if this was Patrick Mahomes, you think the NFL would be like, or if this was LeBron, like prime LeBron, you think the NBA would have done something? And that's just like an opinion piece. I'm asking, do you feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, bro, I think they're going to because when she had that little injury to be out for 6 games, 5 games, 6 games, tickets plummeted. Viewership dropped. Like, it's the Caitlyn effect. And we can all just sit here and say the data reflects it now. That's it, bro. Like, it's okay. We can all admit it. Like, we're here for Caitlyn Clark. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think any part of the WNBA was ready for this much publicity. Sorry, the old acid reflux bothering me.
You're right.
No,
man.
the WNBA was that Chipotle got me. The WNBA was not ready for this much publicity in all aspects. I don't think the players realized it'd be this crazy. I don't think anybody expected her to be this good this fast. Like, I knew she'd be really good. I was like, dude, she can hoop too much. Like, the way she shoots the ball, she's such a good passer. Now she's got the best plus minus besides anybody up on the Liberty. And then realistically, she might break some scoring records and assist records this season or next. And I don't think the officials had any clue how to handle it. I don't think they're ready for that. I don't think they're like, whoa, we're supposed to be a little bit different. Yeah, you are. You have to be a little bit different. And it sucks because, like, down the road, this is going to be like, oh, giving all these superstars calls. Yeah, guess what? We get it in the NBA all the time. Look at Shea. Look at Brunson. Like, all these things, like, that was one of the biggest worries that they had about the NBA Finals. If it was Knicks versus Thunder, they're like, dude, we're going to see 1,000 fouls called because Brunson and Shea get those calls all the time. And it's because pressure is privilege also in that aspect too. You get some calls, man. You're a superstar. They're going to take care of you. Take care of the greatest thing that's ever happened to you. Ever. Cheryl Miller was talking about this. She was like, what are you fools doing? I love this. Yeah, foolish. Like, that's a great part. If you want to go listen to cuts from Cheryl Miller on All the Smoke podcast, she talks about this. She's like, this is crazy that they're like so jealous, so envious. They're like, that girl that knocked her over, some journeyman that just trampled over. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I get, like, you know, she talking that talk. She is. She's not to be at fault on all of it, but Caitlyn deserves a little bit of fault in some of this. Like, she talks that talk, but that's what you want. You got to stir that pot just a little bit to be a superstar. And she's crushing it. She's a superstar in all aspects. Buckets, passes, drama, fun, beating the good teams, like, all of it's there. But I don't think the league's ready or wasn't ready. They're getting there on how much of a superstar she really was and how much you're going to cater to her. Because, boy, they ain't seen nothing like this. Like we were talking about, I'm looking forward to watching the Dream and watch Ron Howard ball out. One of Bradley's own right up here. I want to see this girl hoop. I looked today. I was like, do I buy a Dream jersey?
Legit, bro. Like, it's to that level. And I'm about to stats for your you know what. You ready?
Yeah, brother.
Do you know who is third on the list all time for triple doubles in the WNBA? Caitlin freaking Clark.
2 seasons.
You know how crazy this is, bro? Like third all time in the history of the WNBA. Caitlin Clark sits on the triple double list and has flirted with it like 4 times.
How many is she behind first?
She is 12 behind Alyssa Thomas.
That's
Sabrina,
crazy.
she is 1 behind being second all time. Sabrina has 4, Caitlin has 3, and she's tied with Candace Parker.
Okay.
And I do show some love. Angel Reese got her first one the other day with 13, 13, and 11.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I got to get, and they're really trying with this Angel Reese stuff too. They're trying so hard to create her a nemesis, but dude, it's just not even on the same level. Like, Angel's a fine player, but she was a project. It's kind of part of it. Like, like it's really tough. Like they need this now going up there in New York. Those girls are hooping. Like that's gonna be a tough team to beat.
Listen, but the Fever freaking did it.
But they did it.
The Fever freaking did it a couple of days ago.
They're one loss right now. That's the Fever. That's the Fever, and because of a couple buckets from Caitlin. Dude, watching this Plum video, this is so awkward. I was watching a little bit on the side over here. Like, they don't know how to react. They've never this is like it's probably creepy to them. And that's another part. It's another part about this. Like, females are going to feel different. Males always, especially if you are a NBA player, you feel pretty safe. You feel you can protect yourself. You might feel a little weird at times, but you feel like you can protect yourself. These WNBA players, these creeps coming along getting some fandom, it feels a little weird. It feels a little different. So that's another aspect we're going to have to handle. Like, we're going to have to start getting security guards out here. It's a little different for the female population than it is for some dudes, especially when you're 6'11", 285-pound guys compared to, I mean, what's Caitlin? 6 foot, 150, maybe? Yeah. I don't even know what weight. Whatever you want to feel a skinny Caitlin, that's what I'll tell you what your weight is. But it's just different. You're going to have to get better security all the time. Like, that's another aspect that it's different for guys. Like, it's going to feel a little creepy, but also better get used to it, man. Somebody thinks you're awesome enough to go sign some cards. Like, take it for what it is. You always wanted the fandom. You always wanted the money. Here you go. Here you go.
You're spot on, by the way.
There's a price to pay.
You're spot on.
There's a price to pay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where they go, because it has to be handled differently. And I don't know how they do that perfectly. It probably can't be done perfectly unless there has got to be a security company out there that's like, dude, we will rock the WNBA for this, like, we're in. What are those like? What are the security companies for all don't get the ones that do the SEC fan rushes. They've not stopped anything ever. They've not stopped anything since Sewanee took down Carolina in 1899, bro. Yeah. Don't get those guys. But
oh my goodness. It's part of it, man. I don't know. I want the W to succeed, and I think that it will succeed. I just think that Caitlin Clark is truly their best asset, and they need to realize, like, all right, like, this is our best asset. Like, we need to. I mean, you're already seeing it with the new facility being built just for the Fever. Like, merch sales are going crazy. It's just, I don't know who's next to kind of be a rival to Caitlin. Is it going to be Paige Beckers? I don't know. Does Juju come back from her ACL and tear it up at USC and is in that spot?
Yeah, there's
somebody that we don't know. Sabrina is still out there.
They're awesome. Yeah, I just don't feel like the Liberty girls have as much. Like, they're not as dynamic, and I think they're just like, we're gonna handle business. They're a little bit. I mean, I'm sure it's they're always a little chippy, but it's not the same. I think that New York team's so good. They're like, we don't need to. We really need to talk as much as they do.
Oh yeah, they're really good. Stewie is amazing. So I don't know. I'm a really big fan of the W right now. It's been entertaining.
I love it, and I'll be honest. Like, dude, as soon as that little girl came out, I was like, we're gonna watch WNBA basketball. It's so good right now. It's so good, and it's like all those times I was like, man, do we ever like need to change it? But then now I have a little girl. I'm like, I need examples. And I think Caitlin's a good example in a lot of ways. So yeah, Caitlin, but really like Ryan Howard's awesome for the dream, especially her being local. I want to hang that autograph. I want another Olympian, Olympic gold medalist son in my daughter's autograph book. So need that one out there.
She can hoop, man.
She can hoop, dude.
She can hoop.
She can really hoop. Yeah, dude. The W talk NBA. What else? What else we have on the docket? Do we have anything else?
There was something that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, we were talking about something, but I don't remember what it was.
It was kind of shifting gears to some guys going a little fast. And this is a twofold question.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
And my guy.
Nope. For once, it's not. For once, it is not.
It's not a Georgia player.
Football player. For once,
Shador Sanders got caught doing 101 in his supercharged TRX last night in a 65. And then also Zach Edey got caught doing 101 in a 55. So Zach Edey got caught with a misdemeanor and Shador only got a citation. But, what's all this with guys speeding? And that's going to lead us into our next question because it's a lot to get into. But how do y'all feel about these guys speeding and like why? Is it easy to do? I mean, I've been pulled over for a ticket, but going 100 is kind of reckless, bro. I talked my way out of it. I mean, I had to be presidential that day.
You crushed it, God. I was like, there's no way we're getting out of this. But anyways, we got out of it. Don't mention the officer. Don't mention the officer, but he was great.
Oh, we're good. We're solid.
Have you,
as our speeding expert, Joseph, please go.
Hang on now.
As somebody that's followed a lot of Georgia kids,
as someone who is a fan of a team that likes to go fast, and as someone who also likes to go fast, have you ever been in a car at 100 miles an hour?
Yeah.
It's exhilarating.
It's exhilarating.
So, like, especially if you're driving a car that easily gets to 100 miles an hour, and Shador's what, 22?
Yeah.
I can't say I'd have done anything different. Like, is it wrong? Yeah, dude, don't be stupid. You could hurt yourself. You could really hurt somebody else. Like, but man, I was 22 at one point. It's exhilarating, dude. To push that pedal, to hear that engine. I don't know if y'all heard the TRX cold start, right?
That's where I was going to go. I was like, have you guys ever sat in the TRX too?
Like,
that thing's sick.
Dude, the way that engine sounds.
I'm not going to lie to you. I have like 8 of those saved in my Auto Trader right now, just because I like to dream about, hopefully in the next 2 or 3 years, that's what I have. So it's not like, I do. I do what I don't understand. Like you want to try to be the superstar quarterback. You want to get out of this bad limelight that you've had for being this kind of guy, immature guy. This didn't help the case on that. But also, not to condone it, dog, you drive one of them TRXs. It ain't hard to go 100. You're up that, you're up that high. You push that pedal. You put that V8. Goes fast. But not to condone it. You're a superstar quarterback. Be better. Drive a safe car.
Or just drive your car safer. Drive the TRX. Enjoy the TRX.
But
drive it at the speed limit. That's all it is. Like I mean.
So
Mickey, how do you feel about Shador?
I was going to say, that's my guy. That is my guy. 2 things. This is his second ticket this month because he also got another ticket doing 90 in the 60, like probably 3 weeks ago. So it's like, all right, like this is kind of repeating behavior. I don't love it. And then also this transitions to the fact that Henry Ruggs was recently, I guess, got not out, but he was able to visit and do a speaking event in Las Vegas, and he's going to be up for parole in 2026. Of course, y'all remember him clean as a whistle at Alabama. One of Nick Saban's favorite players was taken in the top 15 in the draft a couple years ago to the Vegas Raiders. He killed somebody doing 156 miles in his sports car, and there was also a dog that was, unfortunately passed away. Question is, he gets out for parole in 2026, and the Raiders have exclusive rights to his contract. Does he, if you were the GM and the owner of the Raiders, does he come back to the NFL to you? Knowing what you know, obviously he's paid his debt to society, but this is like a real serious thing.
I think you got to be really careful with that if you do. I think I don't want to say the door's closed completely on it. Like if I was the GM, I would have probably gosh, that's such a tough question.
It is.
Because you would think if that thought had ever entered your mind as a GM, like, hey, there's a chance if he ever gets out, he could pursue his dream again. Like, they would have had regular check-ins with him. You would think, right? If there was any realm of possibility, they would have kept up with that. So they would be able to track like progress he's made as a person to see if he's kind of understands the gravity of what he did, and then also has evolved into someone that would never do that again, or would never put himself in a situation for something like that to happen again. If you mix that on top of public scrutiny is going to be deep.
Yeah, you better be ready for it.
Like it's going to be rough. They do say winning cures a lot, but I mean, are you one good wide receiver away if you're the Raiders?
No. Ruggs does feel like, I mean, what he was let out to do was speak at this, and he did I think he saw the family in person, right?
Yep.
I have not seen anything, and I've really not read anything. I've read a couple of these today. I was trying to find out, like, how did the family actually receive it? Like, was this one of those public things where they're going to fault it? I was like looking for, I hate to say it, I was like kind of looking like, have they said anything else? Like, man, this feels a little bit too much. It's like somebody coaxed him kind of into this to come out and he's doing this, but maybe they are the type that are very forgiveful. Like maybe it's like, hey, we've forgiven it. We understand it was a huge mistake. And Henry does. He's like, I just wish. One bit. I'll read a quote here. This is from Ruggs. He said, "One wish I could turn back the hands of time. I would love for them to meet the real Henry Ruggs and not the one that was escaping from something. I sincerely apologize for not only being a part of that situation, but for the fact my face is always in the news. It's always in the newspaper. So they have to constantly be reminded about the situation and of me." That's what's tough is like they have to just see it over and over. And if he comes back, ooh, how are they really going to receive it? And maybe they have. Maybe they're like, hey, he was what, 22 when it happened? 23?
Yeah.
Probably 22.
Yeah, 22. So it's like, man, maybe they kind of thought the same thing, and it's not to the same magnitude as get a speeding ticket. Well, I totally understand that. But maybe they thought 22-year-old kid made a terribly bad choice. We love and forgive. And I hope that's what happened. I hope that the family is seeing it that way. It would be very hard. Like as a parent, I'd be pretty resentful. It'd be one of those things. It would be really tough to get over. But I do think in knowing myself and knowing the certain things, I think I would eventually be able to get there. It would take some time, and maybe the family has had enough time, and they may forgive him in as much as you can. There's always gonna be like animosity, but I always wonder, like, how do they actually feel?
Yeah. I mean, I think you're thinking about it from a great place of love. I'm not that forgiving, truly. I mean, that because it's a controllable situation, right? Like, I
Yeah.
hate situations that are controllable that could have like it was by choice. I will say, if he is to get back into the NFL, It will be after a stint in the UFL. I want to see, can you still ball? I'm going to relegate you to the UFL. And there's going to be a memo to all 32 teams saying, do not pick up this contract. And he is free game once he does a season in the UFL. And if he's burning people for 300 yards, then the highest bidder, you just got you a nice wide receiver. Cool. But I don't know how that process would work. But I think that would kind of almost bridge the gap because we saw, ironically, another Raiders player, Mr. Arnett, David Arnett. He was a
Oh,
2022
wow.
first rounder. He was just claimed by the Houston Texans. And if y'all don't remember, this guy was sticky at Ohio State, like really like that. And he was waving AR-15s on Instagram, told somebody he would kill him, got cut like eventually. And now I think this league is almost like a feeder league into the NFL. So I think there's some grounds, but Henry Ruggs is going to have to go improve it. And truly, if I think he does make another big salary, I think a percentage of whatever he makes has to go to the family.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to see because also I'd want to see how he handles the media criticism. Like if he gets signed, and look, I hate to say it, man. Like if you're for the UFL or something, one of those teams, one of those money managers is going to be like, "Let's do this." That's popularity. People will come to the games. Yeah, somebody will be in the category of no publicity is bad publicity type situation. And I hate to say that, but it's just the name of the game. And welcome to business world. And I think his popularity would drive traffic in a good or a bad way. And it'd be one of those things like, how does he handle the scrutiny? Like, because if you're the Raiders, you bring him back right away. Like, what if he just is like, holy crap, this is way too much. I'm just going to leave and drops it out, which I could see that happening because it's going to be a lot. Like for Henry Ruggs, it's going to
Sure.
be so much to even think about that. And this may never even happen. This might be one of those situations where he's going to go out there and he's already given these speeches and he does sound like a pretty mature kid. Like he might just be on the speech train for a while of like, hey, this is how you clean it up. And he might be some sort of advocate for players. And I don't know if his career days, but he will definitely be some sort of advocate whenever he does or if he gets out. So this was a temporary release for him. It wasn't anything like set in stone. So this situation's very interesting because you can make a good example out of this. There is always a way to spin this in a positive light, as positive as this can be. Again, it's hard for me to even think about like losing my kid. Yeah, I don't know. It's easy to say now, like I'd forgive, but also 23 years of love grows. Like I get more love every month. I'm only 8 months into this thing. I can't imagine what years starts to add up like,
Yeah.
So what does that do to me? Does that make me more scornful or I don't know. That's the thing. So I can't say for certain that I would forgive. I know my past world and whatnot, I've done a lot of forgiving, but can I do it this time? I don't know. It's my kid. It's my kid.
It's tough, bro. And there's one guy that I'm thinking about right now that you and me, Chase, know very well. It's a wide receiver by the name of Dante Stallworth.
Oh wow.
He was in the same situation. He killed somebody because he was drunk behind a car and got suspended for the entire 2009 season by Roger Goodell. And he never came back the same, right? He played with Brady, um, was on the '07 team. Like, I I don't know. I don't know. I think that if I'm Henry Ruggs, that's the first person I'm gonna sit out a year, take my suspension, and then do what I do. But yeah, it's crazy.
It is kind of crazy. I don't know where that goes. I don't know where that goes. Man. Uh yeah. Good stuff, boys. Good stuff. Got anything
Great.
else? Any parting takes?
Let's see. We've talked about um okay.
Give me something
Baseball's
happy.
give you something happy.
Give me something happy to end on.
This ain't happy because baseballs and the MLB have changed, and I'm really upset about it.
Oh yeah, dude, I saw this.
McCutchen for Andrew McCutchen, ironically, who just hit a home run for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Hey,
He basically said that the seams on the baseballs are a bit higher, which is why
yep.
you're not seeing a lot of these flyouts that are happening in Major League Baseball are because of the design of the baseball, and people have just had enough because it's just like it's almost taking the fun out. And I just wanted to know y'all's takes, like when it comes to, do you believe it? Is it true? Are the baseballs like? Uh, can you do that? Like what? I don't know. I don't know what I don't know.
Dude, I actually saw this on Macrodosing. Shout out to Big T. He was talking about this. It's like baseball is one of those sports like that we just accept that they change these rules and like the layout of the whole baseball, and we're just okay with it. And so he's talking to Arian Foster about this. Funny enough, like, could you imagine if football was like, hey, the football is now 3 inches wider? People would be like, what? What are you talking about? And so, but baseball, you just accept it because these pitchers ain't complaining, like,
No.
the balls were juiced like 3 years ago, 2 years ago. And then now we're kind of getting back to even last year. And now it feels like it's more towards the pitchers again. So I don't know. It is funny how like old school, I'm trying to think the right word baseball is. Like, it's so good old boy system in a lot of ways of like, we're just doing this. You just trust us. Just trust us, brother. We're going to change these. And it's going to work out in your favor. And they're telling somebody that. And the next year it's like they're complaining about it again. And they got to shrink down the laces again. And we're just circling through this crap. But they just accept it. Baseball, you just accept they change these rules. There's nothing you can do about it.
It's
It's
just weird.
weird.
It's just weird. And I think it's because of Vegas. I think because people have really, 4 bat swings have changed some people's lives. Because this is the full quote. I was told, this is from Andrew McCutchen. I
Okay.
was told by a rep from the Major League Baseball that the balls are indeed different this year. They stated that higher seams produces more drag on the baseball, causing the baseballs to not travel as far as they should. When asked why, I was told every baseball is hand sewn, so no ball is the same. Bro, that screams to me, let's get these seams a little higher.
Yeah.
Like,
Hand sewn, all of them.
come on, bro. In 2025? No way.
Hand
No
sewn by
way.
a giant machine
That's
somewhere in Kentucky.
that would be such a baseball thing to do, though.
It actually would be. That's true, especially like just MLB baseballs.
Yeah. They have one exclusive contract where they work with this company that hand sews all the baseballs. Like that's such a baseball thing to do.
You're right. It's so weird. Like they just like they love these pastimes and they just stick with it. It's like we have machines that could do this in literally a quarter of the time and they would be flawless every time. But we have we have Jacob over here doing all the work. Like
Oh, shoot.
it's so weird, dude.
It's
Baseball,
so weird,
it's
bro.
such a good old boy system that'll never change.
It's so weird, bro.
That's great.
Yeah. So that's my one parting fact is that baseballs are changing, and also uh those Arkansas Razorbacks can
Oh
go to
god,
hell.
what a choke job, dude.
They can go to hell.
Oh, I just died.
Oh,
It's all right because we're alive, man.
we're
Make sure
still
you.
no, we're
Oh,
still here.
look at
I'm
you.
here, dog. I'm still here.
Okay, I
Yes,
was ready.
But no,
Uh,
yeah. I mean, if you wanna
Yeah, close us
finish
out,
off and
Biggie.
close us out, brother.
No, I was just gonna say the Arkansas Razorbacks can all go to hell. Make sure you follow us, like, subscribe on all platforms. We have given you nothing but the best from what we can do for Chase Green, Joseph Guthrie, and of course the absentees, Garrett Tolley, as well as Greg Larnard and Drew, of course, myself, Malcolm Mickey Harris. This has been another episode of Chat It Up Sports. Like and subscribe everywhere. Follow us. Buckets. We'll see y'all next time.